Hey, this is Mac, and I'm going to show you a trade that was taken here by a student. And there's no commentary, so plus it was in a format that I couldn't really use readily. So I just thought it's a real short video, so I thought I would go ahead and just record it again and put in some commentary just to explain it because this is a little more advanced setup type trade that we take. So I thought I would just kind of go over and explain what's going on here. So what he's going to do is take a trap, a reversal off a second entry short that fails. So he's waiting on the second entry short to set up here. It hasn't triggered yet. Right now you got a new swing low. It's lower than that one. So you move up, you get a first entry, then you move up, and here you got this big ugly bearish signal bar right here. Or actually, if you were wanting to go short, it'd be a big pretty bearish signal bar, but we don't short into a key entry point with no break of it yet. There is an overshoot here. I'm not really convinced that's an overshoot. If you moved your bar on up here, it might fit just as nicely. I'm not sure, but I like this read here. And even if it does trigger, if it doesn't follow through, I still like going long because this is a strong trend. Very clearly, this was a spiking channel. And so if the second entry short fails, I like going long too. So I like his read. I like everything about this. So let's let it play out. Okay, your second entry short triggered right there. And you can see he's going to drag his order down right here and be ready to drop it in there when this bar completes. You can see he's getting ready there. And he doesn't know that it's going to be a failure. He's just anticipating it, the chance that it is, because he knows the trend's up. We know what's going to happen. There he goes. The bar completed. He put his in, and when it broke higher right there, it was a failure, and it triggered his order all in the same move there. It takes it a second for this to move on up, but once it does, it's a really quick move. There's a little bit of congestion there, so I imagine a lot of traders would probably maybe sit and wait for a second just to kind of see maybe if you get another attempt to go lower, which he does get another attempt to go lower here. You can see this bar looks like it's going to close, and I can't tell if it breaks lower right there or not. It's real close. I think that it does, but it doesn't matter anyway. No, I don't think it did. And you see how quick once it broke high, and watch how this bar, you get instant feedback. You can tell that's a trap, and you could see when it broke higher above that, that's where the line in the sand was with the shorts. And they had most of their buy stops. So when it broke above that, it rocketed up real fast. That's the thing about these traps. You get instant feedback if your hunch was correct, because that's what happens. It doesn't take but a moment, and it bursts out of there, and it hits all those buy stops that are safety buy stops from the people that are getting short. And what happens is when you start to see these trends and you see this, everybody tries to pick a top, and that's the worst strategy out there. And that's what we do. We try to take advantage of that and that's what he did here. He just took advantage of that opportunity to go long right there. That's all he did. Once that second entry short triggered and this bar ended, he put his buy stop one tick above it. He could have waited for the next bar and put it above it. At some point, you'll say, hey, it's probably not a failure, and you give up. But generally, it's going to fail pretty quickly like this one did. And again, you get instant feedback. And it's right off the key entry point. Failed second entry short. You can see that trend line still holding up through there. Very nice trade. So nice job by this trader. I'm not going to drag this out. But again, there's a second entry short that fails rather quickly. And again, you get very instant feedback that he read it properly, because look at that bar rocket up. And what causes that is that all the shorts realize, hey, we're wrong. And they've got, most of them probably have, a few of them probably have their stops in here somewhere, but most of them are going to put it either up here above this high or above this. Most of them are going to draw the line in the sand right here. If this goes higher again, and they realize they're wrong, and all their buy stops are right just above this, somewhere between here and up here. And when this fails and breaks higher, you saw it as soon as it broke above that, it rocketed real fast. And that's because it hit all those buy stops, those safety buy stops. And that's what we're doing with traps. And they're quick and easy like that. This one took a minute to push up through there, but once it got through there, boom, off it went. So this is a good example of why we don't want to try to pick tops, because they're just losing strategies. So you're better off to wait and try to get on along with it once they run all the shorts out like this. So anyway, nice trade by this trader. Thought I'd share it with you. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.